Okay, here's a video if you've picked up UV errors, especially if you're working with LODs, but this also applies in other cases. So if, in my case, if one of my artists sends me a file like this, if I take this into Substance Painter, I might be painting on the horse's body, and when I get to the horse's eye, it doesn't want to work. It doesn't want to paint on there. That's probably just because they have been using UV sets. So one way, if you want to just have everything on the same set, you'll see that she's got the horse's body on one set and the eye on another. You can just select the eye. So let's go to face. Yeah, you can just, if you have that set enabled, you can just click UV shell, and under UV sets you can copy them across to the other UV set, and just return to that same set and grab the eye, other eye. Okay, so that solves that. So now all the UVs are on the same set. Now I'm going to ungroup this LOD group so we can actually see all the LODs without having to change the camera's distance. Now LOD 0 is our most dense model, and then the model will become less dense and less detailed as we go from LOD 0 to 1 to 2. But the UVs have to match, they have to align because they're sharing the same texture. Now if you have a look here, there's no UVs on this one. If I hide the other two, and we have a look here, we'll actually see under UV sets, there's another UV set. There's still no UVs, but she has put the UV seams there. Not correctly, because there's a whole bunch of seams that we don't want there, and there's a whole bunch of seams we don't want here. But we don't have to go in and try to fix that manually. Seams to add seams is cut, to merge them together is to sew. In edge mode you can do all that. We don't need to do that. If I go to re-enable the first one, if you select your master, which is your LOD 0, control select your destination, which is LOD 1, LOD 1 I mean, go to mesh and transfer attributes. I use sample space local in this situation, but sometimes people use component. Depends on what works, what doesn't. So if I click apply and we go to LOD 1, all the UVs are there. Go to 0, they're all there, and you can see that they align perfectly. Okay, so I hope this helps, and it's just a nice quick way to get your UVs to align. If you don't have UVs, or if they're not aligning, don't sit there and go to, say, if you have both selected and you go to say UV, you don't want to sit there if your UVs aren't aligned and try to move them around so that they are sitting on top of each other. That's going to be a very tedious tracing exercise. There's lots of UV points. If something's taking, if you're doing something and you can see it, that's taking way too long, this feels like an impossible task, just realize there's usually a tool for that. There's some kind of function in Maya that will solve that for you. Okay, all the best.